Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It is almost 7:30. I'm 7:30. My time and dates are all the way crazy. It is almost 7 o'clock. It is almost 7 o'clock. It is 6:59, and I'm super excited to be doing day 14 in the evening. This evening, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Let us know that you are on. Let us know that you are here. We're super excited to be doing this amazing word this evening at 7 p.m. It is day 14 of the 15 days of Push with Purpose series. It is the Push with Purpose series. We are almost there. We have been pushing for the last 13 days, and now we have pushed into day 14. We have pushed into day 14. Hello, Kanisha. How are you? Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for joining us this evening. Good morning. I'm so used to saying good morning, y'all. Y'all have to excuse me. Good evening, Tamara. How are you? Good evening, Tamara. How are you? Patricia, thank you for joining us this evening. I appreciate you, ladies, for joining us. I know it is a flip around from when we normally meet on the live, but today I have a special guest, and I wanted to make sure that we will be able to hear from this amazing woman. Hello, Kamisha. Hello, Crystal. How are you ladies doing? Y'all
Hi, good
have
morning.
to y'all have to excuse me because I'm so used to saying one good morning and 7:30 a.m. and now it is good evening at 7 p.m. So hello everybody. Hello everybody. Again, we're excited to be doing day 14. Day 14. It is day 14 of the 15 days of push. And we have been discussing many words, but today we have the beautiful, the magnificent, the amazing Miss Jerry Lynn Wash. Miss Jerry Lynn Wash with us. Good evening, Jerry. How are you?
Good evening. I am fine. Thank you for inviting me to the push.
Yes. Listen, we would not give them too much of the conversation that we had today, but there was a reason you had to do your word on today. There was a reason you had to do your word, and we've discussed all of the reasons. And maybe you will share with them in the conversation of why you had this word. But today's word, day 14, is prepare. It's the word prepare. We know that we have been pushing, we have been praying, we have been proceeding, we have been participating, but are you prepared for what's getting ready to take place? Are you prepared for the known and the unknown, for the seen and the unseen? Are you prepared for what you're asking God for? So we have the beautiful Miss Jerry Lenoir. She is the president and founder of Missing Our Mothers. She is an amazing new author. She is a new author, and we're super excited about that. Jerry, are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay. So we have Miss Jerry Lynn. Miss Jerry Lynn, she's going to share with you about her organization. She's going to let you know how you can follow her. She'll do that in the end, but we just are super excited. I'm so happy to have my sister friend on this live because I know that she has using her word, been preparing for this day. So we're happy. So Miss Jerry, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Again, I want to thank you for inviting me on. And my word is prepare. So I'm going to start off with saying what prepare means. Prepare means to take something, to make something ready for use. It also says to make someone ready or able to do or deal with something.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to tell you the definition of preparation: the action or process of making ready or being made ready to use.
Okay.
So I have a question for you guys. And I hope you guys are prepared and brought your notebooks and your pens and y'all are ready to. She's prepared. So I hope everyone else that's on this live is prepared. So the question that I want to ask you guys first is, are you prepared for what God is preparing you for?
Mm.
Are you prepared for what God is preparing you for? Are you prepared for what you've been praying for? Are you prepared for what you've been asking God to show you? Are you prepared? for him to show you. Because sometimes we like to say, I want this, I want that, I want a new car, but we ain't got the money to make the car payment. So are you prepared? We want to say, oh, I want a husband, I'm ready to be married. But all you are prepared to make that man is a bologna sandwich. I believe that this season is a season for preparation. I believe that God has separated us, isolated us, and social distanced us for a reason. I believe that he is preparing a lot of us for something. I believe in this season that God is taking the people that's in the back and he's preparing them in this season right now to push them to the front. So again, I'm going to ask you, are you prepared for what God is preparing you for?
That's good.
Some of us in this season are being prepared to be the preparer. You know what the preparer is? Let me let you know. A preparer is like a coach, a mentor, a teacher. So in this season, a lot of us are being prepared for a lot of different things. But you got to sit down and you got to listen to what he's saying because he's preparing you for something. You may not know what it is right now, but you will know in the end because he's preparing you for something. He's preparing you for your purpose. He's preparing you. He's pushing you. He's preparing you. He's testing you. He want to see if you are willing to participate in somebody else's success. He want to see if you got the passion to do what it takes to get to what you're trying to get. He want to know if you gonna quit in a process. He want to know if you got patience.
Wow.
He's preparing you right now in this season. That's why he separates. That's why we're in separation. That's why we're in isolation, because there's some things that he's doing right now that nobody else may not understand, but he knows. And he knows the plans that he has for us.
That's good.
See, man don't know the plans that he has for us, but God knows the plans that he has for us. And he's preparing us. In this season, he is preparing us. You got to be willing to push. You got to be willing to play your part. You got to be willing to have passion behind what you're trying to do. You got to be willing to participate. You got to be willing to push your sister, your friend, your brother, your daughter. What are you preparing for?
Wow.
A lot of us was not prepared for this pandemic. None of us was prepared. We wasn't prepared to be sitting at home teaching our kids. But guess what? We should have been prepared because we are our children's first teacher. We should have been prepared.
You are the preparer for them.
We are the preparer for our children. When my mother died, I was not prepared. I wasn't prepared for her to leave this earth. But guess what? I was prepared because she prepared me to be able to live without her. Some of us handicap our children. They wouldn't know what to do if we left them today.
Wow.
They would not know what to do because we're not preparing them. We're not preparing them that if we're not here, can they still survive? My mother, one thing she did, she prepared me to be able to survive if she ever left.
Wow.
Some of us don't have no wills. We don't have no 401k plans. We don't have nothing to prepare for our future.
Wow. That's good.
In this season, God is preparing. He has us in preparation.
That's good.
Some of us say we want to be life coaches. We want to be the preparers. But are we really prepared to be the preparer? Because when you coaching somebody,
You better
you
say
gotta
that.
up on them. You can't be a sweet coach, but you gotta be supportive. You gotta be understanding. You gotta be reliable. You say you want to be a coach, but do you got what it takes to be a coach?
That's good.
Everybody want to put this life coach and coach on their name, but they not even prepared to prepare you. What you been through? How you gonna coach me when you ain't never played the game? Listen, if you never played basketball, how you gonna tell me how to dribble the ball when you never dribbled the ball?
You better say that.
How you gonna coach me on a game you never played, but you want to be the prepared? No, that's just what's popular. That's what's cute right now. The life coaching and the prepare and all that, it's cute right now. It's a quick way to make some money, some coins. Get your bag up. Is that what it's about?
Now when you're dealing with people lives.
You pushing them into their destiny. You pushing them to be the best that they can be. When you a coach, you're gonna try to pour the best out your team. I ain't never seen a coach stop the game and got mad when their team was winning.
Right.
I ain't never seen a coach mad because their team is winning. No. Some of y'all need to go recheck the fact that you want to be a coach because you're not ready. Coaches want to see their team win. They don't get the glory. God get the glory.
Wow. That's good.
Jesus.
Prepare. Are you prepared?
Are you prepared? What's next? Are you prepared for what's next? Because church is not going to be the same.
Right.
All these fancy, pretty events that we throw together, it's not going to be the same. Are you prepared for that?
Wow.
Are you prepared when everybody leaves? Everybody that was in your circle, everybody that was around you, everybody that was showing up to your events, are you prepared for them not to show up when the pandemic is over? Are you prepared? Prepare. Are you ready? 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 Wow. Are you prepared? Don't just talk about it, be about it. Don't just talk about it, be about it.
That's good. That's good.
I believe that God is doing some things right now in this season. I believe that the overlooked are about to be overbooked. I believe that the people that's in the back that's quiet, that don't say nothing, they about to have a whole lot to say. Because he's preparing them. In this quiet season, he's preparing them.
That's good.
He's preparing them. He's preparing them. He's preparing. If you sit down and you listening, he's preparing a lot of us for a lot of different things. Get ready, y'all. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get them bank accounts up. Prepare. So that when we in a situation like this, we ain't scrounging around and don't know what to do. We wasn't prepared not to be going to work. We wasn't prepared not to go to church. We wasn't prepared for that. But now, we should be prepared. If it ever happened again, we should be prepared. If our kids have to stay home for 6 months, we should be prepared. We should not be aggravated. Some people don't even want to be in their own house. Your house is supposed to be your peace. They so ready to get back out there in the world because they ain't got no peace at their house. They don't like I like my house. This social distancing was one. Listen.
Call you, be like, no, how I said, I'm social distancing.
Social distancing. And I take it so serious because when we first started it, when we first got on the lockdown, and I sat down and I asked God, I said, okay, God, you got my attention. I'm sitting down now. What is it that you want me to do? Well, okay, what should I be doing right now on this downtime, on this quiet time? I'm not at events. I'm not running from here to there because we so busy. We always running. We ain't got time for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
God said, I'm gonna prepare you. I said, God, what you gonna prepare me for? For everything. Okay. Now I always cook, little cute cook, make some baked macaroni and cheese, and I might make you some chicken or something like that. But now I cook. Because I
Hmm.
had no choice. I had to be home with these kids. I had to be cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Somebody done bought me a crock pot. I don't know how to act. Call me the crock pot queen because I be cooking now.
Betty Crocker.
But I say I want a husband,
Right.
but all I was going to be making him was some baked macaroni and cheese because that's all I was really able to cook. Now he can get some real food.
Amen to that.
Now
But
he can
that calls the preparation.
Yes.
You have to prepare yourself for the things that you want. And you mentioned quite a few things. Are you ready for what God is preparing you for? Are you prepared for what you're asking for? Many of us could be asking for, like you say, homes, but are we prepared for that? I want a new car, but you don't like to pay your bills. I want this, but you're not prepared for that. So you have to get in alignment with your preparation. Because if he's preparing you for those things, it was something you mentioned back regarding your mother and how she prepared you for her death. And I would say I felt the same way with my dad, with us, with him, with our upbringing. Always kind of, made sure we knew how to handle business, how to handle certain things on so many different levels when it came to saving money, whether we want to save it or not. He talked about savings. Okay, well, y'all need to do this and y'all need to do that. So he prepared us. Y'all always said, well, I'm not going to be here forever. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because you lost your mom. How many years has it been?
3.5.
3.5 years ago. And she prepared you for it. And you mentioned sometimes, and you've seen it, I'm sure, talking to women or talking to men or just talking to people that have lost their mothers. And they were saying that, I mean, though you can't get prepared for death in a sense, but if they would let you know, okay, let's do these things, let's handle those things, let's make sure these are a part of the preparation. So when it happens, yes, the emotional part takes over, and we go through those things of grief and things like that. But she still prepared you. Talk about how important that was for you being the age that you are, because again, you're coaching, you're telling people how to deal with grief and things like that. So talk about that of the preparation with your mom.
Well, my mom always taught me to be independent and work hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I've met people who moms have died 30 years ago and they still they could have lost their mind. Some people did because their moms did so much for them and they didn't really prepare them to be able to live without them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little harder for them to push through a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Although there's nothing wrong with grieving.
Mm-hmm.
We're human. It's a human emotion.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to realize that death is a part of life. And that's why I say we have to prepare our children for the day when we may no longer be here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to teach them these things while we're still here. We have to teach them about wills and savings accounts and all type of different things. We have to teach them to be able to live
Mm-hmm.
when we're no
Mm-hmm.
longer here. And that's what my mother did. She taught me to be able to survive, to be able to keep going
Mm-hmm.
when she's no longer here. Although I wasn't prepared for that day, meaning like I wasn't ready for her to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I wish she could have been here forever. But unfortunately, we know that can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And she prepared me to be able to be the woman that I am today for my children. She
That's
prepared me
good.
for that. She prepared
That's
me for it.
that's good. That's good. Day 14, prepare with Miss Jerry Lynn Wash. She gave us a lot of nuggets. She asked, are you prepared for what you're asking God for? Some of you may be asking, I mean, everybody asking is going to be different on a different level. You know what you're asking for. But are you sincerely, are you really ready for what you are asking for? Some of us may not be asking for some things but he still has us in preparation mode. He is still preparing us for
Yes.
something, for the known and the unknown in this walk that we call life. Some things you may not get you couldn't sit down and prepare for it because it came out of the blue. But if you think about the things that you've been through, he has already ordered your steps in preparation for it. Just sometimes we have to take a step back and think about where we are at this moment. And okay, you know what? Oh my God, I was prepared for this. It is time for me to almost go in your Dora the Explorer book bag. You know, she has all type of gadgets and things in that book bag. And that's because she was prepared for it. So you make sure that in your book bag of life, you have one of the things that you're going to need. And to me, and for me, I know me anyway, and I'm sure Jerry can agree, it's going to be the Bible. You're gonna need that in your book bag. So when you falling short, you can go back and you can find you a word. But you have to know what you need in your preparation timing. This Jerry, go ahead.
Another thing about being prepared.
Mm-hmm.
New levels, new devils.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be prepared for the naysayers because they coming.
Mm-hmm.
They coming. You also have to be prepared to forgive people
Mm-hmm.
that would never apologize. You have to prepare your heart and your mind. You have to say, you know what? I'm gonna take that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to forgive. I am a child of God. I have to forgive. But you have to prepare your mind and your heart to know that everyone who wronged you are not going to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
You have to prepare for things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to prepare that everyone who is clapping for you are not really clapping for you.
Gotcha.
You have to prepare for that type of stuff. You have to prepare for the disappointments because you're going to have disappointments. You're going to have ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have good days and bad days.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't stop. You can't stop. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep going. Anything that you do, anything that God is preparing you for,
Mm-hmm.
if you think about all the things that you've gone through in your life,
Mm-hmm.
the breakups, the heartbreaks, the
Mm-hmm.
anything, it was preparing you for something.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, when He's preparing us for something, it has a lot to do with our purpose. Some of the most painful things that we go through is what pushes us into our purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to prepare. You have to prepare for those type of things. But God is preparing you. And when He's preparing you, He's also preparing a preparer for you.
That's good.
He will bring somebody into your life that will coach you and
That's
push
good.
you into your purpose.
That's good.
But he's not only preparing you, but He's preparing the preparer.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
That's why it's so important when we put these titles on ourselves and we want to call ourselves coaches,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not really ready to coach.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
You have to be serious about this thing. You cannot play with it.
Because you will carry somebody else's burden and be trying to figure out why you feel drained and down. Mm-hmm.
I've heard people talk about having a passion and a drive behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Everything that you do, you should always remain humble.
Mm-hmm.
Humble. Have that drive, have that passion, go for it, get it, but remain humble with it. Another thing, when God is preparing us, He also will have us participate in other people's success to prepare us for our success.
Mm-hmm. That was one of our words, participate.
Hold on. Let me say that again. Sometimes God will have us participate in somebody else's success to get us ready for our success. Whew, that was good right there. I ain't even write that down. That was, listen.
But it's true
It is so true.
because you gonna want somebody to participate when it's your turn. And I just think when you are participating in somebody else's success, it's kind of like that saying or what we do about helping your sister. Like, how do I want to go there if I don't even know what it looks like? You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I need to be around successful people. I was actually, and this has nothing to do with the word prepare, but somebody, we probably could bring it back in. I was riding home today and I was thinking, I said, God, I'm forever grateful because the women and well, women, mostly women, because that's who I'm really around. But they said, look at your circle and see where you're headed and where you're going. And I want to think about you and Kamisha and Shay and Shatori and all the women that are in my circle. And I'm like, like I gotta if I post Trina, if I post all of the women that I talk to, like y'all doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm forever grateful because they say, look at who you surround yourself and you can see your future. Well, I know my future is great because God has prepared. I got some business owners in my future. Like, and I'm forever grateful. And then one thing that I like about each of us is that we don't mind reaching back because God has prepared us to be a preparer for someone else. And we have been each other's preparer on certain levels with certain things. So that's how the word came back together to make sense to me. Because I'm like, I've never had to worry like, well, I'm hanging with them. I need to change. I didn't have to change my circle a lot because I've always circled myself, but God has always had a preparer for me in a sense. And that was good. You say God will prepare a preparer for you. He is preparing you to meet somebody to get you prepared for where he is taking you, where he is pushing you when it comes to purpose. So that was good. But I'm just forever grateful to have the circle of women. And I know I didn't call everybody, but just it's because it's so many of y'all. I'm like, I'm gonna have to make a post, and it's gonna be just a slew of women that's doing their thing. I have people inboxing me, call me, and like, man, you and your girls doing y'all thing. Like, ain't none of them not doing nothing. I said, well, they can't be my friend and I do. But the way you broke down that he's preparing a preparer, and that you may be the preparer for that person to get in preparation. That was deep. That was deep.
Yes. That good.
That was deep. That was deep. So, Miss Jerry Lynn, if you could give them one last nugget, if you could wrap everything that you said up, what
Yes.
what would it be? What would you tell the people?
Okay. So my pastor always breaks a word down, a word down in acronyms.
Right.
So
Shout out to Pastor Regina of
she's
the
my
Gathering.
preparer. She's my coach. She's my pastor. So, I got this from her. So I'm
Okay.
going to break down prepare. And I
Okay.
want you guys to write this down. So the first P
Mm-hmm.
is for pray and seek God's face. And I have a scripture to go with that. And it's Second Chronicles 7:14. And it says, if my people who are called by my name
Mm-hmm.
will humble themselves
Mm.
and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways,
Mm.
and I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sins and heal their land.
Mm. Wow.
We need to be praying and seeking his face in this season. We need to be praying and seeking his face in this season, that he's in preparation because he's preparing us for something. We need to be praying and seeking his face in this season.
That's good.
The first R is for remind ourselves of who God is daily. Who is God? Abba, our Father. Jehovah Jireh, our provider.
Mm-hmm.
Who is God? Remind yourself of who God is daily. Pray daily. Seek his face daily.
Mm-hmm.
The first E is for endure. We are going to have to go through some unpleasant situations in our preparation season sometimes. We're going to go through some unpleasant situations. This pandemic is not a good situation. It's unpleasant. But he's preparing us for something. He's preparing us for something. So we have to know, we have to endure. We got to go through it. We got to push through it because this too shall pass.
Amen.
Then I'm going to go to the next P for patience. You have to have patience for the process. You have to be patient for what God is preparing you for. Patient.
Because it may take a little time to get there.
It may take some time. You got to be patient for the process. Then the A is for accept that everyone can go with you.
That's good.
Everybody can go, but you have to accept it and understand that it's okay. It don't mean it's not a bad thing that everybody can't go with you. It's just they may be going this way because God is preparing them for something this way. And you may be going that way because God is preparing you for something that way. It's not a bad thing, but we have to accept it, that everybody is just not going to go.
That's good.
The second R is for release. Release all the hurt, the fear, the pain that's holding you back. Release it. Let it go. Because if you want him to prepare you, you can't keep holding on to all that stuff. Let it go. Release it. Let it go.
That's good.
Then for the last E, it's for embrace. Embrace your past. Accept the fact that all we have gone through is part of God preparing us to get ready to walk in our purpose.
That's good.
Embrace your past. Your past has a story. Your past gives you your testimony. Your past makes you who you are today. Embrace your past. Whether it was bad, whether you was abused, whether you was this, whether you was that, embrace it. Because you got a story to tell. And your story can help so many other people. Embrace it. Write it down. Take it in. Understand that your story, what you've gone through, can help deliver other people. Some people run. They run from their past. I'm not afraid of my past. My past, they call me Pootie. Sure do.
I went to school with Pootie.
But today they call me Jerry Lynn Wash.
Absolutely. There was a transformation.
The president and founder of Missing Our Mothers. The author of a book, From Pain to Peace. But my past is what brought me to my purpose. All the pain that I've gone through. Never forget your past.
That's good.
Never be afraid of your past. Embrace it. Embrace it.
That's good.
Because how you going to help coach somebody else when you scared to tell them what you've been through? Tell them what you've been through.
Right. How you going to do that?
If that man used to punch you in your face, tell somebody that, because the girl next to you, her man probably punched her on her face now. Tell her how you got out of it. Tell her how you got through it. Don't be afraid of it. Talk about it. Tell it.
That's good.
Our pain pushes us to our purpose.
That's good.
And God has been preparing us all our life. All our life. Even if you don't think so. He has been preparing you, whatever your purpose is, whatever it is. I don't know what your purpose is, but whatever your purpose is, if you think about it and you look at it, he's been preparing you for your whole life. Your whole life. He's been preparing you for it. You may not know what your purpose is yet. You may have to go sit down and think about it. You might have to seek God's face and ask him, what is my purpose?
Mm-hmm.
But you better believe whatever your purpose is, it got something to do with what you've gone through.
Part of your preparation.
Preparation. Preparation.
That's good. That's good.
In this season, God is preparing you. He's preparing you. And he's preparing preparers for you. He got some coaches lined up waiting to push you.
That's good.
He got some coaches lined up ready to push you into your purpose. He's preparing you for it.
That's good.
You just got to sit down. You got to quiet the noise. You have to go in isolation. You have to separate. You may have to social distance, but he's preparing you for something. He's preparing.
That's good. That is good. Jerry Lynn, Jerry Lynn, Jerry Lynn, Jerry Lynn Wash, Jerry Lynn. You guys, I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that you understand that you're going to have to be prepared for what you are asking for. Jerry told us that the P in prepare is pray. The R is to remind. The E is to endure.
Yes.
The P is for patience. The A is acceptance. The R is to release. And the E is to embrace. What are you preparing yourself for? How are you preparing what God is getting ready to give you? What is it that you want? You're asking, you're seeking Him. But He said, are you really prepared for what's getting ready to happen? She mentioned regarding being prepared for when loved ones leave us. We have to know that this is only our passing place. We're not here forever. Are you preparing your family members for that? We have to be truthful and honest with our children, as she said that her mother did when she was growing up, telling her, listen, baby, I'm not going to be here forever, so I need to prepare you for what's getting ready to take place. I want you guys to understand that preparation is key. We have to prepare ourselves for this journey that we're on. We have to prepare ourselves for this purpose. This was our Push with Purpose series. And it is so amazing how God has strategically planned the last day before the last day of a word of this series, and it was to prepare. We've been trying to give this word for quite some time. I thought the prepare should have been done in the beginning. Trying to figure out when Jerry could get on here. We had to rearrange the time, but it was a reason God did what He did to deliver this word, telling us that we must prepare ourselves. And that there is a preparer. He is preparing for you. That did something to me. That reminded me that I may be someone's preparer. I know I'm someone's preparer.
Right, because he just gave that to me.
Wow. That was good. Let me tell you something.
Write it down and text it to me.
I got you. You know that's what we do. Write it down and text it to me. But that was really good. We want to be prepared for this thing that we call life as much as possible. But you should be definitely thankful because, as she told you, the things that you have been through in life has prepared you for May 14th, 2020. We didn't understand it back then, but now we understand it now. We've had to push in this season. We've had to pray. We've had to praise. We've had to proceed. We had to participate. All of the P's that we've been through has caused you to prepare for your purpose. This is the 14th day of our Push with Purpose series. And we had the amazing Miss Jerry Lynn Wash from Missing Our Mothers. Is it ink at the back of that, Jerry? I'm sorry.
Our Mother's ink.
Okay, because I want to say ink, but I want to make sure it is ink. It's MOM, Missing Our Mothers Ink. Jerry, you have on a shirt from pain to peace. I'm about to say from pain to purpose, from pain to peace. But it calls you to be pushed into your purpose.
Absolutely.
Explain that shirt to us, please.
This shirt, from Pain to Peace, it's basically my story, because I went through a lot of pain, especially after losing my mother. But going through that pain, I finally found my peace. I finally am able to accept. So I'm at peace. Although I still grieve, I still go through it. I still have my moments. Mother's Day, I was tore up from the floor up. But I know that she will want me to be at peace. I know my mother will want me to be at peace. So these shirts will be on sale along with the book From Pain to Peace that is released July 1st. I'm gonna put the link in the below. I can put the link below.
I want you to put all of your links below.
Pre-order the book. It is called From Pain to Peace, and it is a grief and self-discovery guide. And it's just basically just giving you dropping some Jerry jewels on how to cope with grieving. And it's not just for someone who lost their mother, but it's for people who are grieving from all different kind of things. Because people, when they think of grief, they think, oh, because somebody lost somebody. No, but you can grieve from losing your job. You can grieve from losing your friendship. You can grieve from losing money. We be grieving losing money.
Right. Lord, I lost the money. I can't buy it.
We grieve from so many different things. So it's just basically just giving you some tips and things on how to deal with it, and also to recognize someone who may be grieving. So it's a really good book. I think you guys are gonna love it. Again, I'll put the
They are not think they're going to love it. They're going to love the book. One more thing. Well, two more things. Tell them how they can follow you. Give them a little bit about MOM. And then I know I've saw about 3 people on here, 3 or 4 people that I know personally that have lost their mothers. What could you tell them right now if they were going through something? So I want you to, how they can follow you, where they can follow you, and then a note, a Jerry's jewel to the people.
You want me to You guys can follow me on Facebook at Missing Our Mothers Inc. Also, Jerry Lynn Wash on Facebook. My Instagram is Missing Our Mothers on Instagram, and Just Jerry on Instagram as well. So you guys can follow me on all those sites. What else you said? You said drop a Jerry jewel?
Yes. Because I know that there's about 3 or 4 people I know that that are missing their mothers. Some of them I may have connected with you already. Some of them may be looking to connect with you. So I wanted you to just leave a Jerry jewel with them.
Okay. So I know that Mother's Day just passed, and I'm sure that it was not easy, because it wasn't easy for me. But I will say, if you are having a hard time and you're, just constantly in that place of grieving, I would just say, think about the good memories. Think about the good things that you did with your mother, and a good thing that I would say do is cook her favorite dish. That might make you feel good. For holidays, my mom used to make this egg pie. And I love this egg pie. So every holiday I would have her make the egg pie. And she would make it just for me, because I was like, I want my egg pie for when I go home. So what I've been doing every holiday is I try to make the egg pie.
Gotcha.
I haven't quite, mastered it yet. But I'm going to get there. But that's something that makes me feel good. It makes me think about her, and it makes me I feel good when I'm trying to get it. And I'm like, one day I'm going to get it so good that all my siblings going to be like, oh, you got the egg pie recipe. So I would just say, just think about the good memories. Just think about the memories, and know that your mother would not want you to just be sad. She would want you to live. She would want you to live, and she would want you to continue on her legacy. Just think about the good memories. That's one jewel that I will leave.
That's good. That's good. Shout out to Miss Jerry Lynn Wash, the president and founder of Missing Our Mothers Inc. She bought day 14's word. And again, I pray that you got something out of this. From the comments that was left, Jerry, I'm sure you could read some of them that was going across.
I can see, because I was so focused.
Right. That they got something out of this. Day 14. The word is prepare. We have pushed ourselves the last 14 days. Tomorrow is the last day of this 15-day push with purpose series. It is the last day with this push with purpose series. I'm grateful to have so many different amazing people join us these last 14 days to help us push with our purpose and to get us online. Again, tonight, day 14 was prepared, and Jerry Lynn dropped some jewels. Just Jerry gave us a whole bunch of stuff. I got all. Wait. I know about so many different names. I got to remember which name to throw out there. But I'm sure you guys got something out of this. What really stuck to me, I'm gonna have to text. I'm sure somebody could text you because so many people have your number. She said that the preparer is making a preparer for you.
No, God is preparer
for you. Right. God is preparing a preparer for you. Are you going to accept that preparer? Are you ready? Are you sitting down? Are you prepared for what God is doing for you? Again, a lot of us say that we're ready to go to a new level, that we're ready for these doors to open, that we're ready for these new dimensions. But are we really prepared? Are you prepared for the grants that you're applying for? Because if you're not going to get it. Ask me. That happened to me a few years ago. And clear as day, Jerry, I heard God say, because you wasn't prepared for that type of money. Apply for it. I promise you, I didn't even get mad. Because then when I applied for it, the next time when I got in order and got prepared, then I ended up with the grant. So I had to check me. So sometimes we ask, God for things, and then we're wondering why we don't get it. He says you're not prepared for it. You'll get yourself in more trouble if I give it to you now prematurely, because then you're not gonna know what to do with it.
Yep. You're gonna mess it up.
You'll mess it up. You'll mess up your name and everything behind it because you're trying to be fast and not prepared for what you're asking for. So go back. Think about the things that you have listed down and where you're trying to go in life. Are you prepared for where you're asking? And then we talked about the known and the unknown preparation, because there's going to be times things happen. We can use COVID-19.
Yes.
We were not prepared to not be in work, to not be, and kids not in school. But now, if anything ever was to happen again, we'll be prepared for it.
We will be prepared.
Just as you prepare for hurricane seasons, you want to make sure you're doing those same preparations for life. We want to make sure that we are not just getting up in routine, but we make sure that we are prepared for what's getting ready to take place. And if your captain is Jesus Christ himself, you never know which way that ship gonna turn. You just got to be prepared for what he's gonna do for you, because you just never know.
And God is the ultimate preparer.
Mm-hmm.
God is the ultimate preparer. He will prepare everything that you need. He will have it lined up for you. He will have it lined up.
That's good. So we love you guys. Tomorrow morning, I will be back at 7:30 a.m. Tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. I don't know what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to allow God to be God like he has been these last 14 days. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining in on tonight, for leaving your comments. Make sure you share this message. Remind somebody. Ask them, are you prepared for what you're really asking for? Are you really ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready, ready.
Ready.
Right, exactly. Shirley Davis told us that. But just understand that there is a preparer for you out there. That thing did something to me. Like
that was good.
That thing did, because you want to know why? Because I can say for me, I'm a preparer. You know what I'm saying? I like to prepare, like, okay, this is what we got to do. But you just made it make even more sense on tonight. And now I have a new title. Like, okay.
You're the preparer now.
Right. I'm gonna prepare you for what you need. But through God, because ain't nothing about Jabrina. I can definitely tell you that. Ain't nothing about me. But
All
I'm
glory.
just forever grateful for that great word. But yeah, that whole God is preparing a preparer for you. Are you ready for the preparation? That was good. So look up the word prepare. In the definition it says to make something ready for use or consideration. What are you ready to use? What are you considering to do? It says to make someone ready or able to do or deal with something. You got to be prepared for this thing as much as we possibly can. Because if an earthquake happened right now in Florida, we wouldn't be prepared for it at all. But we will get ready. We will start to do so. After that happens, we won't be caught, what I would say, caught with our pants down the second time. We'll be in preparation. So be in preparation mode all the time. We love each and every one of you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at exactly 7:30 a.m. Jerry will be dropping in the comments all of her information. Make sure you follow her, especially if you're missing a mom, a grandmother, or that mother figure. She is an amazing woman. She can share her story with you. You'll be surprised how God prepares us for our purpose, because a lot of her clientele is older people, and they're looking at her being young and saying, "Well, how is sis getting through this? Because I was about to croak over when this happened." So make sure you connect with her. I'm just being honest. That's what normally happens. But that's what happens. So make sure you connect with her. She'll be dropping her information. Follow Missing Our Mothers Inc. on both social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram. Just Jerry, I love you, girl. I appreciate this. Y'all better go get prepared for what you're asking God for.
Yes.
Okay? That's the last thing I'm gonna say. Go get prepared. As a matter of fact, go get prepared for tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. because I look forward to seeing you then. Have a good night, guys. Mwah.
Good night.